The United States of America is home to some of the most beautiful places on Earth. From the Grand Canyon in Arizona to the Everglades in Florida to even the breathtaking wilderness of Alaska, the U.S. has something for everyone. But today we're going to take a look at one of the most forgotten regions of the U.S. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 best places to visit in New England. Before we get started, what's up guys? My name is Adam and welcome to TripTinerary. If you enjoy what you see in this video, click the like button. And if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button so you can see more of my travel content. We recently hit 250 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. So thanks to all of you that have subscribed already. Alright, coming up first on our list, we have the state of Maine. Speaking of forgotten regions of the US, Maine is up there as one of the most forgotten states, and that is a big mistake. Maine is the northernmost mainland state in the US, and because of that, it is home to some of the most amazing nature and landscapes the country has to offer. First, we're going to look at Maine's largest city, Portland. Portland is an amazing city that is unlike any other. Portland is a beautiful old world city that is lined with cobblestone streets, banked by old harbors, and is home to some of the best seafood in the world. One of the most iconic sites in Portland is the Portland Lighthouse, which is a classic style lighthouse placed upon the dramatic ocean cliffsides. It looks like something you'd see in Iceland. Another one of my top spots in Maine is Acadia National Park. Acadia is a very underrated national park located in Maine's beautiful Bar Harbor region. The park is home to breathtaking views of natural lakes, tall mountains, incredible wildlife, and of course the violent but peaceful coast. All of this to say that the park is very accessible to all levels of travelers too. My favorite part of the park is the Beehive Trail, which is a beautiful scenic hike with Acadia's best views. There is a ton to see in Acadia, but to keep this video short, I'll leave a link to some more cool things to see in the park. Especially in the autumn seasons, Acadia National Park and Maine as a whole is a must-see. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the state of Vermont. Vermont is a diverse and beautiful state that is on the northwestern side of New England, closely bordering the city of Montreal in Canada. Vermont is one of the best states in the US to get away and relax. The state as a whole has a very relaxed vibe, and you'll find yourself looking to do things that make you feel at peace. One of the best places to go in Vermont is Burlington. Burlington is a small, cozy city right along the beautiful Lake Champlain. It is home to great local crafts, arts, shopping, as well as fun and relaxing recreation. Because it is on Lake Champlain, it is a great base for water-based activities like kayaking, boating, swimming, or even fishing. And for my land lovers, there's a great bike trail that runs along the lake and even through the lake, which is really cool. Ever heard of Ben & Jerry's ice cream? You know, the famous one with a ton of flavors? Well, Vermont is where it was founded and created. Something cool to do is to visit the Ben & Jerry's factory and get a tour of their ice cream making facility. Not to mention that you get a preview taste of some new, unreleased ice cream when you're there. Overall, Vermont is an amazing place to visit with a ton to do, but also a great place to settle down and relax. Coming in at number 3, we have the tiny state of Rhode Island. Rhode Island is the U.S.'s smallest state, secretly nestled between Connecticut, Massachusetts, and the Atlantic Ocean. Even though it is a small state, Rhode Island packs a punch with what it offers to travelers. Of course, when visiting Rhode Island, you have to stop and explore its capital city of Providence. Providence is a great city with lots to do and with an underrated food scene. Roger Williams Zoo is a fun place to take the family, the historical Federal Hill is fun to explore, and Benefit Street is a great place to see the old colonial-style architecture, with some buildings even dating back to when the U.S. was under British rule. Another great place to visit in Rhode Island is Newport. You a fan of tennis? Newport is home to the Tennis Hall of Fame and is also the original home of the US Open. The museum portion is locked behind purchasable tickets, but the grounds are free to explore as you please. It really is cool to see the courts up close. Additionally, Newport is famous for its mansions that line its iconic white sand coastline. The mansions are so famous that tours are offered regularly, and I would highly recommend pursuing one if you're a fan of interior design or architecture. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have the state of New Hampshire. As Vermont's right-sided brother, New Hampshire is a scenic, rural, and more adventurous place to explore. If you enjoy peaceful getaways in natural environments with minimal amounts of people, then New Hampshire might be the place for you. One of the best parts of New Hampshire is its hundreds of beautiful, calm lakes, perfect for swimming, kayaking, boating, fishing, and all other water activities. These lakes are perfect, picturesque options for that kind of vacation. One of the best times of the year to visit New Hampshire is in the autumn season, from about the start of October to the end of November. At this time, the colors in New Hampshire really pop off like they've come out of a Claude Monet painting. An endless sea of warm oranges, bright golds, and deep reds cover the New Hampshire forests, and driving along the iconic Kankamagus Highway is the best way to experience it. In addition to its natural beauty, New Hampshire also has really nice towns scattered throughout that offer a perfect New England town experience. Picture old mills with waterfalls, water wheels, and cozy town centers just asking to be walked through. There's not much else to say about New Hampshire other than you have to experience it to believe it. It truly is a unique vibe that you can't get anywhere else. Coming in at our top spot, we have the state of Massachusetts. What's so great about Massachusetts? Well, think about everything we've said about Maine, Vermont, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire and combine it into one, plus a little more. To start off, Massachusetts has an amazing history. From the place where the Pilgrims settled down in Plymouth to the amazing revolutionary center city of Boston, Mass. Massachusetts has history waiting around every corner. Even dinosaur footprints from the early Jurassic period can be found in Holyoke. If I were to recommend starting anywhere though, it would be Massachusetts' capital city of Boston. Boston is an amazing city with roots still driven down from the 18th century, where you can relive the American Revolution by walking the actual path of the country's founding fathers in what is the Freedom Trail. The Freedom Trail is also a great way to explore the city in general, as it takes you from one end to the other. Other parts of Boston and around Boston that I recommend that aren't on the Freedom Trail is Back Bay for shopping, the Charles River Esplanade for peaceful walks, Cambridge for its Ivy League schools, and don't miss out on Quincy for its presidential history and underrated food scene. But Massachusetts isn't just Boston. There's a lot more. One of my favorites is exploring the North Shore, which has a dramatic coastline like you see in Scandinavia. Another one of my favorites, and where I grew up, is in western Massachusetts. Western Mass has picturesque fall colors, beautiful hiking trails, tons of recreational activities on the water and land, and even has a lot of history of its own. You a fan of basketball? The sport was invented in Springfield, Mass, and is now the location of the Basketball Hall of Fame, which is a very fun, interactive museum that I would highly recommend for all fans of the game. Another thing that I recommend is town hopping throughout Massachusetts, as you'll find some true hidden gems. One that I recommend is Shelburne Falls, which has its locally famous Bridge of Flowers and even ancient glacial potholes right in the center of town. Overall, Massachusetts is an amazing place to go with so many different things to do. But that goes for all of New England as well. It truly is an amazing part of the country that you should think about when planning your next trip. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel to see more. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you all next time.